Yakutia can rightfully become a world center for the study of mammoth fauna, and domestic paleontology can become the leading one in the world. The Department for the Study of Mammoth Fauna of Academy of Science of Yakutia specializes in research, storage and enhancement of the paleontological collection of Yakutia. The remains of ancient animals are distinguished by the best preservation in the world, with the presence of soft tissue due to the permafrost. The department is studying the locations of mammoth fauna in different regions of Yakutia, especially in the Arctic zone. Every year, the Academy's collection is replenished with unique fossil objects. Paleontological exhibitions are organized and expert work is carried out in the field of controlling the circulation of mammoth tusks. Mammoth skulls are among the most impressive remains of ancient animals. Huge, massive, with a bulging forehead and a heavy jaw, they create the feeling of a real Pleistocene monster. A large hole in the forehead and the protruding bone bed from the maxillary bones are the attachment points for the trunk. A mammoth has 6 teeth. 4 are chewing ones, located one on each half of the jaws. They will change 6 times during their life. 2 more incisors, we know them as tusks, grow up to 3 meters in length with age. We have been working since 2017. In the Arctic we explored Kotelny Island from the New Siberian Islands and the environs of village of Tixi. In 2022 we discovered a mammoth on the Bykovsky Peninsula. His skeletal integrity was 15%. In 2019, on the northern tip of Kotelny Island, we discovered 2 mammoths with skeletal preservation of 30 and 40%. These mammoths may have been hunted by ancient people, says Innocenty Pavlov. Before us is a skull of the Bykovsky mammoth with traces of influence of ancient man. The mammoth skull is similar in structure to the skulls of modern elephants, but unlike them, it is larger, with swollen frontal and parietal bones that had a porous structure inside. The tusks of these mammoths were processed by humans, like the tusks of the Tabaryak mammoth from Kotelny Island. The sites of human impact were not only on the skull, but on the spine, ribs and limbs. An ancient man extracted the brain from the Tabaryak mammoth. The parietal part of the skull was destroyed by a man, and a mammoth's brain was extracted from there. We found about 1050 impacts. These are impacts, cuts and scraping, Innocenty Pavlov says. The woolly mammoth is the most famous of the northern species and most widespread. These furry giants could be found both in Europe and Chukotka. Numerous herds of mammoths roamed Yakutia, and their remains were preserved due to permafrost. Today, almost all mammoth ivory is mined in Yakutia. As a rule, this is tusks, less often teeth and entire skulls. As Innocenty Pavlov tells, all three mammoths were adults at the dawn of their strength. Here you see mammoth teeth, lamellar in structure. The lower jaw also has a pair of the same teeth. Rough plant food was rubbed with such teeth as if they were millstones. This alveolar cavity is intended for the growth and mineralization of tusks. Above is the nasal cavity. The place is the nasal process where the mammoth trunk was attached. The nasal cavity represents this hole in the skull. The size and weight of the Bukowski major mammoth skull is about 132 pounds, and it is impressive. The head of the Department for the Study of Mammoth Fauna, Albert Protopopov, says that science annually loses valuable finds of mammoth fauna. Financial losses reach up to $15 million annually. But the most important thing is not the financial losses of the state, but the loss for the science of valuable finds of mammoth fauna, from which many scientific discoveries could be made. This is internal cavity, so-called pulp. A visible stripe is placed from where the tusk actually grew. The cavity was filled with blood vessels and minerals.